Let's go. And we are live. This is Walk Off Wagers. I'm your guy, Wine Time Sports. This is my guy, Morgan Spooner, to the right of myself right here. What's up, everyone? Back here on another Sunday, talk some Major League Baseball. It's been a crazy week on the diamond this week, to say the least. And it's been a good week, to say the least. Had a really good week in baseball this week. And we've been having some really good shows, so I'm looking forward to continue to do this with my guy, Spoons. Shout out to everyone that's in the chat so far. We'll shout them out in just a bit. But quick little recap on yesterday. You guys saw my tweet. It was the best day of the year for myself in the MLB. Had a nice little 7-0 day, up 7.7 units. Didn't even realize until I woke up this morning and checked out the account. So that was definitely something nice to wake up to. And but without further ado, let me introduce you to my co-host right here, my guy Morgan Spooner. Spoons, say what's up to the people.
Hey, how we doing, everybody? I'm Morgan Spooner. We're going to be hosting Walk Off Wagers today. Excited for another good show. It's been 2 weeks in a row without a loss here. Yesterday, I didn't do as good as Wine Time. I was going into the last game of the day 1-1, and the Athletics got me 4 runs on my 4.5 team total in the first, and they didn't come through the rest of the game. That was a really tough watch, but while I was doing it, I was capping the card for today and excited for it. Bunch of good games coming at us. Got 1 home run prop and 4 plays locked in. How many plays are you at so far, One Time?
Yeah, we touched on it a little bit before the show. I've got 3 plays that I'm locked in so far. I'm going to give them out live on the show at what number I can get as we talk about them. So I'm looking forward to that. We've got a nice card today. Got some really nice matchups today here and some really good prices on some of these numbers. So it's going to be a fun one, but quick shout out to everyone in the chat that's here early and often. I see my guy Big Show Pig. Shout out to him and the whole MMA crew last night. Killed it over there on the live stream. That was a good time. Me and my guy got to join him for a little bit. Lost that Pena fight. We had a nice little price on her, but she got dog walked in that one. But with that being said, shout out to you. See my guy Spoons right there. Nicholas Handy. Ron Lofton in the building. My guy right there. Favorite Diamondbacks fan right there. My brother. Aubrey says, walk off. Good morning to you. Good morning to Crystal Craig, Miss Baseball. Shout out to you. Appreciate it as well, the love on Twitter. Big Daddy Boom, as always, in here. Shout out to you. Ricky Bobby said, let's get it. Jake Kopp, 66. Good morning to you. And Creekman 581. That's a new name in the chat that I haven't seen. Shout out to you, Creekman 581. Hit the like button, subscribe here. We're going to be talking about the entire Major League Baseball card. So if you guys are here for that, came to the right place. We do this every single Sunday, 8 a.m. over here on the West Coast, 11 a.m. over there on the East Coast. So we're looking forward to this, man. We've got a nice card. We've got, 2 guests that are regulars here every single week. And then we are bringing on a brand new guest who's going to be making his walk-off wagers debut during the Dodgers-Cardinals game. So excited to have him on for that. And you guys will see him when he comes on the screen. So, yeah, as everyone kind of trickles into the chat, shout out to you guys. We've got a full loaded card today, so we're going to have to get right to it. We've got a game first pitch here in about an hour. So we definitely have plenty of time to talk these games and go over the betting percentages, the market, the weather. Spoons, anything else you want to say before we start breaking this down?
Going over the card, nothing huge I want to say. There's a pretty good chance of precipitation in the Philadelphia and Pittsburgh game. I've been trying to keep an eye on that weather. I have a little action in the game. Same thing in Houston and Cleveland. I think they're going to get Houston and Cleveland in. 2 things to note, though, with weather. Nobody knows. You can't control it. So hopefully both those games get in and on. But outside of that, we'll touch the market, weather, wind, all that as we go through. You want to start here, Marlins and Rays?
Yeah, and I've got my book loaded up here, all the lines up right here, so I'm excited to go over these. Like I said, we got some nice prices on the diamond today, so I'm looking forward to this. But, yeah, without further ado, let's get right into this first game on the board. First pitch for this game is going to be at 9:10 my time, so an hour and 5 minutes, noon 10 or 12:10 your time over there, Spoons. Got the Miami Marlins taking on the Tampa Bay Rays here. Battle of Florida here in this spot. Let's get right to this one, Spoons. Let the people know the betting percentages in this game, the weather, and if you have anything in this game and you have anything to say about either of these 2 starting pitchers. I know we got guy Drew Rasmussen that you know pretty well over there?
Yeah, I'll start with the market in every game and kind of just keep that consistent and follow the same pattern. And for Steinbrenner Field here today, Miami and Tampa Bay, we got 65% of the tickets on the under and 66% of the money on the under. The line opened at an 8.5, and some of these books are showing 9. So I think the books might think this is going to go over. On the side, we have 87% of the tickets on Tampa Bay, but only 70% of the money. So a little bit of sharp money on Miami, especially when you factor in the amount of juice you have to pay to place a Tampa Bay Rays bet. So interesting. I see an opening line here of 255, and it's down to like 215, 225 around most books. So definitely a little bit of respect to the Marlins, possibly due to the pitching matchup. Anthony Venezino is just going to be an opener here today. Come in, take 3 outs away. The Rays got Brandon Lowe at the top of the lineup. He's killing right-handed pitching in this park, and I think they're just trying to take Nat Bat away from Connor Gillespie so he doesn't have to see him 3 times. Same thing with Camarino, but I do have one bet in this game. The weather is winds blowing out 10 miles an hour. It's in the 90s. Beautiful day here. We've talked about this park all year. It's not a traditional baseball field. This is a spring training site for the New York Yankees. So it's built exactly like New York, their park. And outside of it, there's no signage. There's nothing that stops the wind from blowing. And it really allows the ball just to carry further. So anytime you get the wind blowing in or wind blowing out, it's really effective, almost kind of like the way Wrigley Field gets affected by wind. So I see Brandon Lowe here with a spot against a right-handed pitcher in Connor Gillespie. He's murdering right-handers this year. Connor Gillespie's given up all of his power to lefties. This is a home run spot for me. I got 325 on Brandon Lowe. Pretty excited about it. For an actual side in this game, I really struggled because Tampa Bay's Rays bullpen is very taxed at this point. All their good arms have gone at least in back-to-back days, if not 3 out of 4. And that's a really hard spot to finish the series. They also get to leave town here tomorrow. So with Fairbanks, Clevenger, they're 2 best guys. I don't know how they finish out this game. I think it's a really high price to not have a closer available, but Rasmussen's just been amazing at home. I think he's going to handle this a lot better than what Connor Gillespie will. I'm off the side. That's all I got. Wine Time, what are you on?
Yeah, for me, this is going to be a simple pass. But, I mean, looking at both these teams right here, Tampa Bay Rays, I mean, you guys hear me talk about them all season long. I've been backing them in certain spots. What a game yesterday, too, 11-10. That was a wild one in those later innings. Crazy game right there in Tampa. But I like your Brandon Lowe prop, honestly. Plus 325, too. That's a good number, I think. I might end up telling you for a little something on that play as well. If I do it, I'm probably going to have to do it here before we break down the entire card because that game's going to be definitely first pitch while we're still breaking this down. So I'll look at that in a little bit. But, yeah, looking at the Tampa Bay Rays lineup, they've definitely been hitting the ball a lot better. I mean, Camarero right now is playing some clutch time baseball. I talked about it with Jimmy on Friday. This guy's coming up in the right situation at the right time and coming through for his team. You got Yandy Diaz, who had a really big struggle to start this season, but he's a really good bat in there. I mean, everyone loves him in Tampa. That's their guy right there. Looking at Miami's lineup, I mean, there's a lot of young bats in there and a lot of question marks. Otto Lopez has some potential in there. Xavier Edwards, Jesus Sanchez, those top 3 guys definitely have some potential there. But for me in this ball game, I have nothing. You mentioned it. I just think this is too much of a heavy price for the Tampa Bay Rays. But at the same time, they are coming off a loss. This is a good ball team. They've got a good coach. This is a series that, Kevin Cash goes into these series that they absolutely need to win and gets it done. And this is a series that they should take care of business in. So I think they definitely get the win here, but I just have trouble trusting them, especially if their closer isn't going to be available today. You said he's unavailable today?
So it's 2 out of 3 days out of the bullpen for for Pete Fairbanks, 13, 14, and 18 with 1 day off coming 2 days ago. Clevenger's gone back-to-back with 12. Manuel Rodriguez has gone 3 days in a row, and those are their 2 setup men and closer right there. Even going down, their long relief, middle relievers, everybody's been really used. This is a tax spot. I expect Rasmussen to take the majority of the load for Tampa Bay today. He's a really good pitcher, and I think they're going to have to lean on him to get it done.
Yeah, nothing for me in this spot, but I am going to take a little something on that home run prop with you. I'm getting plus. I'm getting plus 300. So yeah, I'm going to take it still.
Trying to
So
get Ballpark Pal to load right now. I see Big Show Picks asking about barometric pressure talk. I will try to get that in. I can't get the whole stadium report loaded right now, but it is plus 30% home runs here today at Steinbrenner Field on their model. That is actually not the highest. Great American Ballpark today is plus 41%. Wild numbers. Normally you don't see anything above a 20. So
it's nuts.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, and looking at the total in that Reds game, 9.5 right now. Yeah, we'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, nothing for me. A little sprinkle on that low home run prop. Big Show said, bro, don't. I'm joking. Now, shout out to you, Big Show. We're going to get it done for you, my guy. I saw my guy Meals in the chat as well. I see AM. He said, pressure is high. Good to see you. Kingo 023, shout out to you. Wager Detective, Vincent Hawkins, Andrew G, my guy right there. Good to see everyone in the chat. But yeah, let's move on to this next game. San Diego and Milwaukee Brewers here. We've got Ryan Brigette against Freddie Peralta. Freddie Peralta, we know how good this guy is, and his numbers have been good this season. But take it away here, Spoons. I mean, we've got Brewers priced pretty expensive here, nearly at a minus 175 against one of the best lineups in baseball, in the San Diego Padres. Do you have anything in this ballgame?
I do not have anything in this ballgame. The line opened at minus 160, and I see some numbers as high as 181. So definitely some respect to the favorite here. 58% of the tickets on Milwaukee, but only 51% of the money. Then the over-under is very interesting. That total opened at 8. You have 73% of the tickets on the under, but 76% of the money on the over. And the books are definitely respecting the money there, not the tickets, because all the lines have moved up from an 8 to an 8.5. Berger, I don't know how long he's really going to be in this game. Padres have a really big series coming up with the Dodgers. I think this game means more to Milwaukee. I think at home, I think they're just in a better spot to take this game. I could look at a -1 Brewers and feel comfortable taking it, but it's not anything I really want to do. Freddie Peralta is a great pitcher, and I think he puts them in a good position to win this game. It's going to be a decent day at the ballpark. There's some questionable rain that could be coming in. Temperatures are going to be in the 70s with wind blowing from right to left. Nothing too special here. And it's Milwaukee, so there's a roof here. That wind won't be affecting anything. But I'm really past this game. Freddie Peralta, first 5 I could back, -1 full game I could back, but I just didn't think there's enough value. This Padres lineup is going to come to life at some point, and I don't want to really be in front of it.
Yeah, you said it. I mean, I like this Padres lineup. I mean, you've heard me say this is one of the best lineups you'll see in baseball ever. They've got some really good bats in that order while they're healthy. And they still haven't quite gotten to their full potential this season. I feel like stats-wise, the numbers should only go up, and they've got to get it going at some point. You know, they started off hot, kind of came back to life a little bit, been playing some good baseball lately, but the Milwaukee Brewers have been playing some really good baseball lately. I mean, look at them, 5 games over 500 now. This team always finds a way to win every single season. Every single season, I look at this team going into the year, and I think, how is this team going to make a playoff run? Looking at their batting order, it's absolutely disgusting, but they've got some good. I mean, Yelich has definitely been stepping it up. You've got Cheerio in there, Contreras. You got my guy Bowers right out of Marina High School. Shot at him, class of 2013 right there. He's in left field today. And, you know, I like this Milwaukee Brewers team. I like backing them in certain spots. I've been backing them in spots this season when we've had value on them. I just don't know if necessarily the time I want to take them. If I do take them, Spoons, you mentioned it would probably have to be on the -1 line just because it's too expensive sitting here full game. The first 5 I'm currently getting at my book for this game is Milwaukee Brewers -180. So we're not really getting much of a difference on the full game and the first 5. Freddie probably will pitch pretty deep into this game, but at the same time, a total of 8.5. I mean, at any point, those bats could come to life. All it takes is one time around. So this is going to be a pass for me. First 2 games are passes for me. We're going to have action throughout this card, though, guys. So be patient. But if there's any questions in the chat about this game, make sure to leave it out there. Me or my guy Spoons will definitely answer it for you. But for this game, it's a lean towards the Brewers, and that's it. It's nothing I'm going to play or make official, though, for me. on this card. We've got a lot better games. Spoons, is there anything you want to close on this game before we move on to Philly-Pittsburgh?
If I were trying to put a parlay together of games that I really expect to go one way, I think Brewers might wind up in there, but I'm not adding any parlays or anything. So I do not. Let's move on to this next game. We got Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, there's a good chance for rain in this. So when it goes off, there's a good chance for delay. And I have a bet in this game, and it kind of has to do with that. But to start, 57% of the tickets have come in on Philadelphia, and 71% of the money has come in on Philadelphia. 78% of the tickets are on the under, and 52% of the money is on the over. I think that over money probably would say more under if it was all sevens, but the board has moved to 6.5 in so many spots, and I think people just see 6.5, and they, even with Paul Skeens on the bump, they just don't believe it. I mentioned that weather. I think there's a good chance we get 4 or 5 innings into this, and we have to sit for 2-3 hours. And when I look at these bullpens, every single arm for the Philadelphia Phillies is available. And then when I go over to the Pittsburgh Pirates, their best arm for years, David Bednar, has pitched 3 out of 4 days. He's not going to be available. Dennis Santana, their setup man's pitched back-to-back and warmed up. He's not going to go likely. After that, they have a lot of guys, just question marks. They just called a kid up from AAA. This is not a Pirates bullpen you want to lean on for a long time. And this line is priced like you're getting Skeens for 8 innings. And there's just such a high volatility with that rain that doesn't happen. If Skeens comes out of the game because of rain delay for any significant amount of time, they're not going to put him back out there. This is a kid's arm that's worth a ton to them. And Christopher Sanchez is a ground ball pitcher. I think it sets up well to play here at PNC today. I think he can really get this weak Pirates lineup to just ground out. If he walks a guy, he can get a double play. I think there's so many avenues for Philadelphia to get the win today. I have them on my card. I think I got minus 105 or plus 100. I tweeted it out, plus 100. I am a huge Paul Skeens fan. He's a great pitcher, but I think this line is just expecting him to do all of the heavy work. I don't see any way that bullpen, if Skeens doesn't go 7 innings, has a chance to win this game. One thing I haven't mentioned at this point is Bryce Harper dealing with some wrist injury. If he does play today, he won't be effective, but I don't expect him in the game. And I think that's good for us to just not have him in there, because a hurt player is not really helping your lineup out that much. That's all I got on her.
Yeah. Looking at this game and Paul Skeens game, Paul Skeens day here in Pittsburgh. Yeah, we got my guy at Boots on the Ground out there, Justin. He sent me a text early this morning and he said, don't even cap this game. He said, this game's not happening. This game's getting postponed, he said. And you guys know me, I don't bet Paul Skeens games. And who have I been on these last 2 games? I've been on the Pittsburgh Pirates in this series, and they've taken care of business for me at plus money. It's been slight plus money, but it's been the obvious spot here. And the Philadelphia Phillies just aren't playing the best baseball right now. You know, and they should let Harper rest up a little bit. I mean, this team is built for the long run here in this season. So I'm going to have nothing in this game. Shout out to my guy Razor Sharp Picks in the building. I just saw him in there. Appreciate you for stopping by. Go get that cash. I was watching him and the guys doing the horses yesterday. That's always it's fun for me to watch that, because I don't really bet horses and stuff like that. But to watch other people bet them and make money off them and make good money off them, it's cool to see and it's cool to learn. So shout out to you. Thanks for stopping by. I see my guy Nasty Nate in the chat. All my guys coming in here now. Shout out to Nasty Nate, my brother right there. I texted him yesterday, Red Sox smash. And they did smash. Shout out to the Red Sox there. That was a good game right there. Made some good cash on that one. And shout out to everyone. If I didn't shout you out in there, appreciate you guys for stopping by. I see my guy Nutflush Allen in the building. Shout out to you, Nutflush. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're having a good Sunday over there. And
hit us the juice with the Giants.
Yeah, it is. Yes, sir. Yeah. See my guy Brian Smith in there too. We're seeing a lot of names in here that haven't been coming by here these last couple of weeks. And I love to see it, guys. If you're new to the chat, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, become a member if you would like. Supports the channel, helps the channel a lot. But nothing for me in this game. This is going to be a pass. Like I said, I've already made my money with the Pirates the last 2 games. I'm not going to take a chance here if this game does end up going and it gets delayed and Paul Skeens gets pulled at some point. I don't want my money in a game like this. So this is going to be another pass for me today in this one. Oh, shout out to Sean Pulliam too. Good to see you, my guy. Anything else for you in this spot, Spoons?
I just want to touch on that weather one more time. So I pulled up AccuWeather, which is what I use for all the ballparks when I'm worried about the precipitation. And there's a nice little pocket between 2 to 5 where the chance of precipitation drops below 40% there. Outside of that, they're going to have a hard time starting it. I know the field's already covered, so I think there's a decent chance they do get this game in. I do think if it happens, there's going to be a delay in some point, and that's why I mentioned all those things with the bullpen, because a lot of weird stuff happens once rain delay starts in baseball games.
Yeah.
That being said, we can move on to that next game.
Yeah, it's nothing I want to be involved in. What is this next game? Oh, yeah, let's go to DC. Let's go to the jersey I'm wearing, guys. This is going to be a good ball game here. Trevor Williams against Lats here. Take it away, Spoons. Intro this game. Let us know about the weather, if there's going to be any weather factors in this one, and let us know about the market and the betting percentages.
Real quick, Jake Latz, I believe, will just be an opener today for the Rangers. I believe Caleb Bushley will be the main reliever today. AAA guy, not a huge thing to rely on or worry about there, but just want to make sure it's noted that this won't be a regular pitching situation for the Rangers. As far as the market goes in this game, we have 63% of the tickets on Washington, but 69% of the money on the Texas Rangers. As far as the total has gone, 75% of the tickets have come in on the under, and 88% of the money is coming on the under. This opened at a 9, and there are a few books showing 8.5. So there's a little bit of respect to that under money here. As far as the game goes, Nationals Park, small chance for rain in this one as well. 8 miles an hour blowing right to left. This park is right in the middle of the city. Not a lot of things block the wind blowing into this park as well. It's pretty wind receptive. So I don't expect today to be a super offensive friendly day in this park. I don't have anything as far as action goes on this game. One thing I wanted to note is just the Rangers bats. If you look at these guys versus right-handed pitching, they're terrible. If you look at them on the road, they're terrible. Weighted runs created plus, they're dead last on the road. The last 14 days, they're dead last versus right-handed pitching. This is a Rangers team that I don't have a lot of faith in, especially when you bring in the Rangers bullpen arms. This isn't a bullpen I really have a lot of faith in. I have a strong lean to Washington here, but I didn't end up moving on this game. Go ahead and take it away one time. I think you got some action.
Yeah, this could be the first play I give out officially on the show for today, guys. Yeah, I'm on Trevor Williams and the Washington Nationals money line plus 115 here. I'm going to expect Trevor Williams to go out there and pitch a decent game against a lineup that I am not high on by any means. I think this Texas Rangers offense is weak. I do believe that they're underperforming, but at the same time, I don't think we're going to expect much from this group this season. At least I don't. I mean, they got Marcus Semien back in the 4 hole. He's definitely hitting the ball and seeing the ball a little bit better. I think moving down the lineup might have humbled him a little bit, because he was hitting, I think, like 170 throughout the full season. Finally back over 200 now in this spot. Corey Seager, he was missed some time. He's been ice cold. I know my guy Cab got something on this game. I don't know if he's going to join us here for this spot, but that Corey Seager, I know everyone was talking about that prop yesterday at the over 1.5, and I don't believe he got it. But I think right now his over 1.5 is like minus 105. So that's interesting to look at here. But I like the Nationals. This is a team that I want to back as a short dog in this kind of situation, especially being at home. This is a team that doesn't give up. I like the young bats in this order for him. I like CJ Abrams. I like James Wood. Also like some of the veterans that they put around these guys. Josh Bell is not a guy that I want in this lineup. I'm not sure why he is still playing every single day. I think it's more of that veteran presence, and they're trying to deal him before the trade deadline. But they've got some guys in there, and these guys don't ever give up, especially when it comes to later in these games. I'm on the Washington Nationals plus 115 here. This is probably one of I would say my ROI is a top 3 this season backing the Nationals. Is one of the teams that I've had a higher ROI back in this season in spots, and I'm going to back them here today. You guys see the jersey, Washington Nationals. I'm backing them here plus 115. Going to need 5 or 6 strong out of Trevor Williams here. But I think that's possible against, like I said, against this weak lineup in the Texas Rangers. So give me the Washington Nationals plus 115 on the money line. I see my guy Razor. Texas is 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games. Yeah, bad numbers for Texas. Washington is 6-2 in the last 8 games in the American League. There we go. All stats trending towards the Washington Nationals. It looks like from my guy Razor Sharp pick. So I'd love to hear that. My guy Vincent Hawkins, Nats money line, and James Wood homer. Okay, I like that. I like the James Wood home run actually prop in this game. That guy's going to be a star in this league, man. Him and CJ Abrams. I'm telling you guys, these next couple of years, these are going to be like these 2 guys that you're going to want to build your ball team around. And the Nationals got 2 young stars for trading away that one big star, I guess you could say. But with that being said, Nationals money line plus 115. Anything else you want in this game, Spoons?
No, just looking at the Nationals bullpen, I always just need to see that Kyle Finnegan is available, and both their setup men and closer are available here today. I like that Nationals spot a lot. It's not something I bet yet, but it's definitely made my radar. I might come back to that game at some point and move on it. It's a really nice spot.
Let's go. Yeah, without further ado, we can move on to our next game. Shout out to my guy Rez Mob in the building as well. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. Good to see you as always. I see my guy Stacks in there. He'll be joining us shortly for one of these ball games as well. But yeah, let's go to this is another game that I was very close on moving on. I told Spoons backstage. Haven't moved on it quite yet. I want to talk it out with him. Want to talk it out with you guys in the chat. Hear about the market, hear about the weather in this spot. So Zach Gallen against Brady Singer. Spoons, take it away here.
Yeah, we have Diamondbacks, Reds. I mentioned the weather here earlier. Ballpark Pals model has this 24% runs today, plus 41% home runs today. Going to be a nice place to hit. Obviously, this Diamondbacks lineup is going to enjoy that, but I'll touch on the market here. We have 50% of the money or 50% of the tickets on Cincinnati and 56% of the money. 78% of the money on the under and 73% of the tickets on the under. This line is opened at 9.5, and it hasn't even thought about going down. I like the over in this game. I considered it. Brady Singer's a good pitcher, but he is not meant to be in a fly ball park like this. He does a lot better when he can pitch in a spot where the ball doesn't go out every time. And that plus 43% is just jarring. It's alarming. I could see the Diamondbacks team total. It was at 4.5 juice to minus 140 when I was looking at it, and it was just too much juice for me to do. I thought about building a 5, and it just seems like a lot of runs on the road, but this is a great American ballpark, and this Arizona Diamondbacks lineup can really hit. Small chance for rain here today in Cincinnati, so that may come into play. I just think these bats are great on the full season. Weighted runs created plus they're 4th. They're 2nd versus right-handed pitching. On the road, they're 4th. They really get to right-handers. I think this is a great spot for the Diamondbacks lineup. That being said, Zach Gallen it's not somebody I can trust, and that's why I'd only go after the team total. I think the Reds bats can get to Gallen. They've hit much better at home than they have on the road this season, and it's obviously because it's a hitter-friendly park, but full game over, Arizona Diamondbacks team total over. Those would be my 2 looks, but I haven't moved on it.
Yeah, I had an initial lean towards Brady Singer and the Cincinnati Reds here at some slight plus money, but I'm slowly starting to get off this. I don't know if I can trust this Cincinnati Reds lineup, especially going against the bats from the Diamondbacks. I mean, we saw what they did against the Braves. What was it on Thursday? 8 runs in the 9th inning. This team, these guys are built for this is a good, deep lineup that the Diamondbacks have. You don't really hear me often on the opposite side of them. You guys usually hear me giving them away as my play. But looking at the weather here in this spot too, yeah, this looks like it's going to be a good day at the ballpark to go and see some home runs being hit here in this spot. Maybe looking at some home run props in this one, but I do think that this could go over too. I mean, is this the highest total on the board at 9.5 juice to minus 110? Let's see. I believe it is. I don't see there's a 10. There's a 10.5 and 11 out there. Apologies. But yeah, this is going to be nothing for me in this spot. Zach Gallen, a guy that I'd like to back in the past, but not really in the present right now. He's been getting lit up in a lot of these starts and up against lineups that he should go out there and dominate against. I still do think he has good stuff, and we'll see some better stuff out of him throughout the season. But here in this spot, I got nothing here in this game. This is going to be another pass for me. So did you have this going to be a pass for you as well, Spoons, right?
Yeah, that team total, if I could build the 5 and get it close to plus money, I'd really strongly consider it. But I have enough action on the board that I don't need to do it. So yeah, we can just move on to this next Cubs game.
Yeah, and this for me, the Diamondbacks team total, over 4.5 juice at -145. No, thank you in that spot. Do I think they can get it? Probably. Brady Singer, not a guy I want to back either in this spot. So I'm going to end up staying away from this game. Let's go to, this is what a World Series preview right here, potentially. Two of the better teams in baseball right now. The Chicago Cubs, this offense is, what can you say, man? You can say a lot about them. This team is deep. Take it away, Spoons. This is your squad right here going against a Big Show squad and the Detroit Tigers. What do you have to say in this one? This has been a good series.
Yeah, I'll start with the market. I got a lot to say about this one, to be honest. We got the Cubs with 76% of the tickets and 87% of the money on them. 65% of the tickets are on the under, but 77% of the money is on the over. Really strong difference there. You don't see that on a lot of games. This total opened up at 8.5 juice to the under, and it's really kind of stood there. Some books have moved off that. I see some 8s. Cade Horton and Flaherty, these are two pitchers that have an ability to pitch pretty well against decent lineups and poor lineups. But I think these lineups right here are just the next level. I think there's going to be runs to be had in this game. I don't necessarily agree with the movement to the under there. And that money that's on the over and the total going to the under, it's a big red flag that I'm probably wrong. So I won't move on that total. Really nice day at the ballpark today in the 70s. Small chance for rain, wind blowing in a little bit. It's a beautiful ballpark. I was looking at tickets for this. They're selling standing room only tickets at the park today. Comerica's beautiful. I think this is a great series. I'm glad that the Tigers are kind of stepping up. It's been a long decade for them. So much great talent comes through there, and you just watch it all go away. So to see them kind of put it together this year is fun to watch. I wanted to back this Tigers lineup some way, shape, or form versus Cade Horton. I ended up just not being able to do it. Looking at the market, seeing those factors in my face, I don't really like it that much, but I really think this Detroit lineup and this Cubs lineup can put some runs on the board today. Do you have anything in this wine time?
I have nothing in this game. I'm going to sit back and enjoy this ball game. This is going to be a fun one to watch here. I will say Detroit getting back Parker Meadows out there in center field is going to be good for them here going forward. He's going to be a good ball player. I know he's healthy again. So he's hitting at the top of the order now at the leadoff spot. So, but yeah, I made my money with the Chicago Cubs yesterday. You guys all talked me into it when I was in the chat yesterday. It's close on it, but hearing my guys on it, and shout out to my guy Troy Toynes in the building. I see him there too. Shout out to you, my guy. Good luck on your action. But you guys all talked me into the Cubs yesterday. We got that money. Catch the under in that as well. So that was fun. But nothing for me in this game. This is going to be a pass. We've got plenty of action for me today, but this is going to be a good ball game. So we can move on to the next game here in Houston and Cleveland here. We've got Houston right now currently sitting at a +130 here on the money line. Cleveland Guardians -143. Spoons, yesterday when we were on the live stream with the guys, you told me to write down Astros. You said some information on the stream. I was a little bit drunk when I was on there, so I don't remember it fully, but you sent it to me this morning, so I appreciate you for that. And but take it away here. I know you're going to be on a side in this game, so let us know your breakdown.
Yeah, so there's a chance for delay in this game as well with rain. So I just want to bring that to everybody's attention here at the beginning. But then moving into the market, we got 64% of the tickets on Houston and 92% of the money. We have 64% of the tickets on the under and 92% of the money on the under. This line opened at 8 and it has come down to a 7.5 across the board. Line opened at -145 and it hasn't moved a lot. It could be a little bit of alarming with the amount of money on Houston right now, but that's a late money movement. There was a ton of money on Cleveland earlier when I was looking at this. So there's some people that know something about Houston today. I texted you last night and I said that Walter is going to have a really good spot to be successful here today. This Guardians lineup can't hit lefties. Just going back, they haven't hit a lefty in like 12 starts. It's terrible. Just single runs. This is such a good spot for Brendan Walter to come up and be successful. And it's a spot where he has to come up and be successful. This is a 28-year-old that signed a 2-year contract last year, and he was hurt all last year. He's had one opportunity at the majors. He came up through 5 innings pitched, gave up 3 hits, didn't allow a run, set him up for a win. And the Astros need an extra pitcher right now. They want to move to a 6-man rotation, and they're dinged up. And Walter's out of options. So if they go to send him back down to the minors, they can't. They have to DFA him, and that allows any other team to go ahead and take him. And as a spot, you're up against the wall. As a 28-year-old pitcher, he's got 5 pitches. His fastball tops out at 92, but he's got some filthy off-speed stuff that moves really well and allows him to be successful. I think you pair that with a Cleveland team that can't hit lefties, and it starts to look really good for the Astros. Houston's bats haven't been that great on the road this season, but of late, they've been hitting a lot better. I think Tanner Bybee is just due for some regression. You see it in his last 2 starts. He's given up 7 earned. I think this is just a spot where the Astros can get enough runs to get through 5 or 6 with the lead. What did start to scare me was the position that the Astros bullpen is in. They've pitched a lot recently, and that can be really hard. You have Josh Hader going on back-to-back days. Brian Abreu did not pitch yesterday, but pitched the 2 days before that. And Brian King pitched the day before. Then you move down, and a lot of their arms have gone in the last 2 days. So they might have to walk a little bit of a tightrope, but I think there's a lot of respect built into this line for Brandon Walter. And I think it's because he's a lefty that the Guardians are going to have so much trouble with. I got the Astros money line plus 135 and pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I mean, currently sitting right now, I'm getting a plus 128 on the Houston Astros. So you definitely got a good number there. It just doesn't correlate enough for me here in this spot here. These 2 teams, I haven't got a good read on either of these teams this season. I like where you're at on that position, and it makes sense. I mean, if they can't pretty much send this guy down, so this guy pretty much is pitching for his life out there. As long as, I mean, if he wants to pitch for the Astros organization, I guess you could say. So I like it. There's going to be nothing for me in this game here. Shout out to everyone in the chat that's here right now. Swaggy McNoligs, shout out to you. First time seeing you in the chat. Rez Mob, Troy Torrance, my guy right there. We got Justin McKelvey, Old E. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for stopping by, Old E, as always. Big show. He said Red Rover sends spoons on Ova. That's funny. Shout out to Deacon Mike as well. We got another Cubs fan in the building right there. Shout out to you guys, man. Hit the like button for us, guys. Got over 100 people in the chat, which means we should have over 100 likes. So let's hit that. Share the video on Twitter. Share with your friends. Appreciate you guys as always for the support. But without further ado, I'm going to move off this game. I want nothing to do in this game. But this next game that we're going to be talking about, I just may have a play on this, and the line just continues to go towards the White Sox direction here in this game right here. We've got the Kansas City Royals against the Chicago White Sox here in this spot. Pull this up. Michael Lorenzen, a guy that I know quite well too. He was on the Angels a couple years ago. His career almost was over at one point before he pitched with them. It was pretty much his last stint. It pitched pretty well for them. I remember he wanted to hit with them as well. They wouldn't let him hit, but he's still making a living in the big leagues. 4 years later? The White Sox been playing some good ball. I've been making some good money on him at slight plus money here. You guys have heard me I don't really say a lot of good things about the Royals this season in general. It's not a team I necessarily believe in the Central. I don't think they're really going anywhere this year. Not saying the Chicago White Sox are going anywhere either. I'm not saying that at all. But I definitely think the Chicago White Sox might be live in this one. But Spoons, take it away here in this game. Let's break down the weather report, the market, all the good stuff, my guy.
Yeah, so we got Mike Lorenzen versus Vesile on the mound for the White Sox. We got 50% of the money on the Chicago, or 50% of the tickets on the Chicago White Sox, and 66% of the money on Kansas City. I think that's an alarming amount of tickets to be on the White Sox. Really high. You don't see that on a regular basis. They're normally well under the 30% mark. So definitely a lot of respect there from the public on them. There's it just moved. 64% of the tickets on the under, and 87% of the money on the over. The tickets, as I was saying, that just moved over to Kansas City Royals, almost 5%. So some late money coming in on the Royals right now, I would expect. This line opened at a minus 160, and I see minus 125s around the board. So a huge move down in respect towards the White Sox. The totals really stayed right around that 9. Again, kind of alarming, with 64% of the tickets on the under and 87% of the money on the over, and no reaction from the books on that line. Looking at the park today, I see plus 2% runs overall, plus 19% home runs, minus 21% doubles and triples. So I think if you're going to get runs in this game, it's probably going to be a long shot out to left field. Royals have a couple bats that can do that, but these White Sox have been hitting righties alarmingly well over the last couple of weeks. The doubles coming off those bats, it's impressive. It's not the White Sox team I thought I was going to be seeing. I wanted to move on the Royals here, but with all that respect to the White Sox, I'm definitely not touching it. The market always knows best, and this appears to be a White Sox spot.
Yeah, and the market's known best in these last couple of games with the White Sox as well. I'm on the Chicago White Sox here. I moved on plus 115 before the show. I'm going to give them out plus 110, though, because I haven't tweeted it out. And I said I wanted to give out the current numbers on here. So I'm going to give out the Chicago White Sox plus 110 here in this spot. I think it's a nice spot for them here against the Royals. And it just continues to move towards the White Sox. Last night, I had this at a plus 125 and seen it at a plus 115 before the show. Moved on it. Now seen at a plus 110. This might get down to a pick 'em at some point if steam continues to. I think if steam continues to roll in towards the White Sox. I don't really think this is going to be a necessarily heavy bet game either. So I'm on the White Sox here. This is going to be my second official play here on the card. Chicago White Sox money line plus 110. We're also on the Washington Nationals. Gave that out earlier at plus 115. So those are my two plays so far here in this spot. But with that being said, I'm on the White Sox here. So let's move on to Toronto and Minnesota. Another good series here. Take it away, Spoons. Do you have anything in this game?
I didn't move on this game. Initially, I had a pretty good lean to the Twins. I'm not a Bowden Francis fan, and I am a Joe Ryan fan. I feel like he's added a pitch in the offseason, and it's made his pitch mix just that more successful. This is a guy that's been a top prospect for a long time, and he's shown why at the major league level. So in spots like this at home, I always kind of want to get behind him. That being said, these Blue Jays bats have been very alive recently. If you look at them over the last 30 days, overall, they're third in baseball in weighted runs created plus. On the road, it's not been the same story. 27th weighted runs created plus over the last 14 days. And on the full season, 25th weighted runs created plus. So their road numbers don't really reflect that same good hitting ability. And I think Ryan can really take advantage of that. The market in this game has 61% of the tickets on Minnesota and 62% of the money on Toronto. 71% of the tickets have come in on the under, and 61% of the money has come in on the under. The line to open at an 8.5, and it's stayed there across the board. I see a minus 180 opener, and maybe just a little respect at some books to Toronto, but not a ton. While I do like Toronto's bats, I don't like Bowden Francis, and I like the Twins' ability to get to him. I could only play this as like a Twins -1 kind of game. I think this is a spot where guy Bowden Francis throws his fastball 60% of the time. I think the Twins are just going to kind of line that up and knock it around. I didn't have a strong enough lean to end up moving on it. One last thing with the weather, playing in Minnesota. You can go ahead and take it one time.
Yeah, Spins. I mean, I've been on the Blue Jays this entire series. A lot of these games, these series guys, I've been on certain spots. I've been on dogs in these spots. I've been on the Blue Jays in the first two games. Cash on them both times. I'm not going to go back to the well with them here in game three, though. I think Joe Ryan's going to go out there and probably pitch himself a good game here. I think this line is very telling as well. Blue Jays being this much of a dog, and they're just becoming more and more of a dog, sitting here at plus 160 nearly. A lot of movement towards the Twins here in this game. Has me off this. Blue Jays, you mentioned, though, they've been mashing the ball here lately. I like the kind of baseball they've been playing. It's the kind of baseball I thought that they were going to play in the beginning of the season. I knew they were going to come around at some point, and they're finally starting to. They've got too much talent on that team not to, but I don't think this is a good spot to back the Blue Jays. I like a Twins -1, I guess you could say. That would be my lean here in this game. It's going to be nothing I move on, though, in this game. It's going to be something I stay away from. I don't want to have anything to do in this game. We've got too much action today. We've got too much value in other spots on the card today. So nothing for me in this spot, Spoons. And I know we've got my guy. So we are going to get into this next game, but let's bring on our next guest here. I see him backstage. Stoked to share the screen with him. Got to last night. Watch them break down the entire UFC card on the live stream. Break down the fights when they were happening. My guy right here doing a killer job over there, always showing support as well in the chat. Got to meet this guy, Pub 4 in San Antonio. Such a good dude, knows his ball as well. He's been having a killer baseball season. So stoked to bring him on. So without further ado, let's bring on my guy, just my 2 cents, TC in the building. TC, what's up, my friend?
Cheers, boys. Man, thank you guys so much for having me on. Honored to be here on Walk-Off Wagers. Y'all are kicking ass with this show, and it was an honor to share the screen with you guys last night, dude. Thank y'all so much for coming on. It was a blast. Hope you guys had a good time. I got my ass kicked bad last night. But I've been, like you said, dude, I've been doing pretty well in MLB. Haven't been betting it for that long, but if 9 days in a row, like 9 underdogs in a row is beginner's luck, dude, I will definitely take it. Came back down to earth a little bit last night with back in the Guardians. So shout out to everybody that was on the other side. But yeah, looking forward to talking about this next game, man. This is really the only spot I'm on today.
Yeah, stoked to have you, man. And yeah, this is your Walk-Off Wagers debut. So stoked to have you, man. Shout out to everyone in the chat. I see my guy Dabby Cab in the building as well. Thanks for stopping by, Dabby Cab, as always. If you have any plays you want to share, my guy, hop on. I know Sunday's a busy day though, but shout out to you for stopping by. But yeah, let's get to it, man. Let's go to a good series here. Let's go to Dodgers and Cardinals here. Clayton Kershaw here starting against the St. Louis Cardinals here. Right now, currently, we are sitting at a Los Angeles Dodgers -130, St. Louis Cardinals +120 on the money line here in this game. When I capped this game last night and this morning, I had it towards the Cardinals. I've been on them in this series as well, and they've been playing some good ball. Spoons kind of talked me off on it in a text, so I ended up not moving on it. But now I just refreshed the page. Wow, St. Louis Cardinals, I'm no +118 now, so slight movement towards them, 2 cents towards their direction. Got a total sitting here at 9 -120. Team total for the Dodgers is over 4.5 -150. Team total for the Cardinals is also 4.5, but you're getting plus money at the +110. This is an interesting spot here. Spoons, I'm going to have you open it up, break this down, and then I'm going to have my guy TC go, and then I'll close it out.
Yeah, surprised me a little bit with the lines you were saying, but those are offshore lines. Like I can't get anything better than a 135 still in the Dodgers right now. But we got Dodgers Cardinals here in St. Louis Busch Stadium. This is generally a pitcher friendly park. You'll find today our friends at Ballpark have it modeled at -3% runs, -13% doubles and triples is the only thing that sticks out. Everything's pretty neutral. You got 2 really good pitchers here on the bump. Clayton Kershaw, obviously, first ballot Hall of Famer. Nobody's going to question that. And then you got Michael McGreevy on the other side, who the Cardinals are very excited about. It's a 23-year-old that came up last year and absolutely was lights out. They didn't need him in the rotation, and he forced his way onto that team. I think he got 5 or 6 starts and a very good pitcher. He went 7 innings versus good lineups. So far, they haven't really needed him that much this year. He's came up once and, again, pitched really well. What's different about this time coming up for him, though, is the Cardinals need another pitcher. They want to have a 6-man rotation, and this is a spot where he can earn that. He's pitching against the Dodgers, so he's really going to have to try hard. But from reading into the manager's words, I think even if he doesn't have a great start versus the Dodgers, if he pitches okay, I think he'll be in this rotation for at least a few weeks into this season. And this is a guy we're going to look for chances to back. I think a lot of people are going to be very excited when they look at his numbers in AAA, when they look at his number in the majors. I got really close to trying to find a way to back St. Louis here, but I ended up betting the Dodgers. And I think there's a lot of reasons why this kid's not going to be able to win this game. Just my 2 cents before I get too far into this game. You have a play in this game, don't you?
And I apologize, guys. We got my guy sitting on ice backstage. I forgot we've got a 4-headed monster here today. We got my guy behind backstage right here. Makes an appearance every single week. Let's bring on my guy, Justin McKelvey. Stacks play of the day. Stacks.
Stacks. Are you dancing? I'm going live. Stacks.
Stacks, my guy. Sorry to leave you on ice. I forgot
Stacks?
The first game.
You good?
But we got a 4-headed monster today, guys. So let's get my guy TC. He's gonna go here, and then my guy Stacks, and then I'll close this out. TC, take it away, my friend.
All right. Well, like I said, thank you so much for having me, man. Very excited to make this debut here, and I'm gonna make this one quick, dude. I have been, for this short time that I've been betting MLB, I have been trying to look for the angle of the fade the sweep. I'm actually going to back the sweep here, dude. I know Dodgers are in first place. They're a great baseball team, but they are just way better in Los Angeles, dude. And the Cardinals have been playing pretty good ball in St. Louis. So give me the Cardinals for the sweep here, dude. I bet them. I caught the dip at plus 116. That is the TCPOD. Yeah, like Kershaw's outstanding. He could fucking deal today. I could kind of see a pitcher's duel early and it being another kind of like low-scoring game like yesterday. I get wanting to fade the sweep with a team as good as the Dodgers, but I got swept back in May, and no offense to my dude Wine Time, like I just think the Cardinals a little bit better. Like the Angels can do it, I think the Cardinals can do it too, man. So
right.
That'll be it for me, man. That's the only play I got today. Looking to start a new winning streak here and not a losing one. But dude, it was awesome having you guys on the stream last night. So thank you for coming through. Y'all are always welcome. And thanks for having me, man. That's all I got. Cardinals plus 116. Thank y'all.
Appreciate you, TC. Have a good rest of your day. Good luck on your action today, my guy. Shout out to TC, man. Does a killer job with the MMA guys over there. All the MMA guys, man. Joey DFS, Locker Room, Billy B, Big Show, everyone over there, man. Shout out to you guys. Stacks, I'm going to have a little bit to say in this game as well. So I'm going to have you start this one off. I'm going to end this game. I don't know if I'm going to end up having this one.
I'll actually end this with my Dodgers point. I just wanted to let everybody else get it in because I thought I was going to be kind of long-winded with it.
Yeah. No, you're good. Stacks, take it away, my guy.
Yeah, I'm on Freddie Freeman RBI over plus 130, over half RBI plus 130. I love the Dodgers in this spot. Just my 2 cents kind of threw me off because nothing official, but I'm on a team total. But I think there's going to be a lot of runs scored. I think Kershaw get hit. I honestly don't even know who this dude McGreevy is. But one of my favorite spots, and because of Sharpie, he got a pitcher book. I got a hitter prop book. And I'm currently making my top 10, but Freddie Freeman's already on there. And whether y'all know or not, one of my favorite spots is when they go 0 for the day before. And he went 0 for yesterday. I like him to get an RBI. I like there to be a lot of runs scored. I like the Dodgers to get to this guy, whoever he is. And Stacks play today, RBI, Freddie Freeman, plus 130.
I like it, Stacks. Appreciate that. Yeah, this is a tough matchup here, man. I mean, the Cardinals going for the sweep here. That was the kind of side I was leaning towards. And still is. I don't know if I want to take it. I think I kind of want to just get my money and take it out in this series. We already got the money. Looking at the total, though, I will say I think I lean towards the Cardinals. I also lean towards the over. I do think what we had, I think, an 8.5 yesterday, minus 110. Today it is right now at over 9, juice to the over at minus 120. I do think that they can hit Clayton Kershaw, and I like this Cardinals team. I like them playing at Busch Stadium. They've got a great fan base. I like what they're doing over there. TC said it well with what they're doing over there with the guys they have in that dugout. Doing a fantastic job, man, playing some really good baseball here. And the Dodgers, Dodgers will lose games this season. And I don't know. Whenever I see them as this much of a like minus 120, I don't think it's a fishy line because the Cardinals are playing really good baseball right now. But I don't know. I just feel like everyone's going to want to take the Dodgers today. But this is a stay away. This is going to end up being a stay away game for me. Just a lean towards the over and a lean towards the Cardinals, but nothing official. Spoons, close this one out, my guy.
So the big reason I ended up getting on the Dodgers here when I was looking at McGreevy was I was looking at his starts in the minors. And on Tuesday, the Cardinals starting pitcher was getting touched at the major league level, Palante. And this would be Palante's start if they didn't pull up McGreevy. This allows Palante to go on regular rest tomorrow. And if you look at McGreevy, he was pitching Tuesday as well. And they called down to the AAA affiliate and told him to pull him at 76 pitches. He was having a good game. He was in the 5th inning. He's a good pitcher, and he's going to be on a day less rest than he's normally used to pitching. So then I go over and I look at the St. Louis Cardinals bullpen, and their closer, Ryan Helsley, has thrown 42 pitches in the last 3 days. I don't think he's going to be available. You got Phil Maton, who's gone 2 of the last 3 days. Kyle Leahy's thrown over 55 pitches in the last 3 days. Steven Matz has thrown in back-to-back days. It's a very worked bullpen. And then I see a guy at the bottom of the bullpen who was my favorite pitcher to fade last year. His name is Roddery Munoz. He got called up by the Cardinals last week because they saw the doubleheader coming up and they knew they would need some help in long relief. Roddery Munoz was a starter for Miami last year. If you want to go look at his numbers, they were the worst in baseball. Lefties killed him. Righties killed him. Everybody killed him. He wasn't ready to be there. Miami had 8 pitchers in their AAA and major league staff that were hurt, and he was forced to take like 18 starts, and it was just free money to fade him all year. So when I saw he got called up and he's the one that's most available to go, I think McGreevy, because he's on short rest, is not going to go more than 4 innings. We have a worked bullpen. You need that starter to come in. We get a chance to fade Roddery Munoz today with the Dodgers at an affordable price, and I cannot go past that. This is a Dodger spot for me. If you don't like it and you don't believe me, if you see Roddery Munoz come out of the bullpen and you're on the Cardinals, I would 100% go ahead and just hedge that bet at that moment. But,
you heard it here from Spoons. He sent me that same message earlier, so that's funny. That's what he told me. He said, if you see that guy warming up, you fade them because the Dodgers can hit. Shout out to my guy Barry Agan in the building. He said Dodgers all the way. My guy right there, he's a big Dodgers fan. I know he's on the Dodgers with you. So good luck today. Shout out to Kenny Wu in the chat. Just gave out North Carolina as a nice money line parlay piece of the MLB game. Shout out to you, my guy. Big Daddy Boom, always showing support, always in the chat. Shout out to you. Shout out to everyone in the chat, guys. Hit the like button. Let's get to 100 likes before we get off this stream today. We still have plenty of games to talk about today. A lot of good action today. I know my guy Stacks. He's got another game we're going to be talking about here in probably about maybe 20 minutes or so. Regarding my Angels. So looking forward to that. But Stacks, thanks for stopping by, my guy. I'll see you back here in about 15, 20 minutes.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, my guy. Shout out to Stacks. Stacks play the day right there, my guy. So let's get to this next ball game, though. Wait, so was that an official play? So an official play for me?
I'm on the Dodgers locked in. I got minus 135. If you can get a better number than that, I'd hop right on it right now. There's going to be a lot of people that want to back this young rookie pitcher. I love young arms when they're coming up to the majors, especially somebody like this. It's weird to see a kid born in 2000 dominating in the majors, but here we are. And I think he's going to be a guy that we have a lot of chances to back, but today's not the day.
I like it. Again, shout out to everyone in the chat and shout out to our guests that have been joining us today. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, so let's get on to, probably a game. I don't know how much you're going to have to say about this game. I know I'm not going to have much here, but let's go to Coors Field. Let's go with my guy Tyler McGill is going to be on the mound for the New York Mets here, sitting at 41-24, going against the Colorado Rockies, 12-52. Colorado Rockies sitting at a plus 130 on the money line. Mets a big favorite at minus 265. We've got a total high, as we usually see it in Coors Field, at a 10.5. Slightly juiced to the over at minus 115. Still nothing too crazy, though. And we've got a team total for the Mets over 6.5 minus 115, and a team total for the Rockies over 3.5 minus 130. I think there's going to be some runs scored in this ball game. But what do you have to say about this game, Spoons? You do your normal intro. Take it away.
Yeah, we got New York Mets, Colorado Rockies here. This is the number one park on the board for the run index today at plus 26%. That's plus 17% home runs, plus 31% doubles and triples, and plus 11% singles. One thing to note with this park, a lot of people think home runs because there's so many runs scored here. The doubles and triples, the ball just has so many places to land. This is a really big outfield. So when you're going to look for runs, don't always just play the home runs at Coors Field. It's not necessarily that conducive to it. The opposite end of that, this is the hardest park to throw strikeouts in. If you're a strikeout prop person, you can find stats on this. Some parks are a lot harder than others, and what you'll find is altitude really plays a lot into breaking balls. And if you're a breaking ball pitcher, this is a hard place to be. I think Chase Dolander is a good young pitcher. I think he can play here at Coors, but he's been touched by a couple good lineups already in Detroit and Washington, and I think he could probably get touched again by this Mets lineup, so I wasn't trying to back him. Tyler McGill, not the kind of guy I want to back at Coors Field. He's the kind of guy I want to try to find ways to fade on a regular basis. The market in this game, we had 72% of the tickets on the New York Mets, but only 58% of the money, and 85% of the tickets on the under, and 92% of the money on the under. It's opened at 11, and it has come down to a 10.5 across the board. Colorado's pretty conducive for runs today. I don't necessarily agree with that movement. An over would probably be the only look that I would even get close to betting, but this is just not a Rockies team that I really like to get involved with because the price of the lines is just, there's always so much juice associated. If I'm not trying to back them as an underdog where I can catch a +3 or +3.5, then I really don't want to do anything with it. I ended up just moving past on this game. It's the Rockies.
Yeah, not much to say. I mean, I don't ever back Rockies games this season. I mean, if I do, it's the total. It's usually the over. I don't know if I have enough conviction to take that today, but you mentioned, I think, Tyler, this is a perfect field for him to get lit up here. And he has been getting touched. His last 5 starts has not been pitching that well. He's starting to come back to life as we expected he was. His numbers at the beginning of the season, he had a really good, strong start to the season, but as the season goes on, this guy's not going to have an ERA under 3. You know what I mean? And that's where he was kind of heading in the beginning of the season. Definitely think if they make contact off this guy, especially with guys on base, they're going to be able to score runs for the Rockies. So maybe a team total for the Rockies, but juiced at -130. Not enough for me here in this game, Spoons. Just nothing. I don't want to take anything in this. I wouldn't even parlay the Mets with anything. But at the same time, I'm not going to take the Rockies by any means. So we've got another good game coming up here. We got my guy Stacks' Atlanta Braves against the San Francisco Giants. My guy Nutflush Allen, San Francisco Giants. Shout out to him. Love that guy. Got to meet him back in January at Santa Anita at the racetrack. Got to hang out with him for a little bit. Really cool guy. Hopefully he's still in the chat right here so he can give us his play if he has something in this game. But take it away. Spencer Strider against Roop. This is a good pitching matchup right here.
Yeah, just want to take a second to shout out Nutflush Allen. That guy's so sharp. I want to say it was 3 seasons ago. He put us all on to, if the Giants go down at home, just go ahead and live bet them. And it seemed like every game they'd go down a run, 7th inning. It's just like the Oilers when they go down a goal. They're just going to come back and win. It was so magical to see that. He knows this team better than anybody I know. The tickets in this game, we have 80% of the tickets on the under and 73% of the money on the under. We have 53% of the tickets on San Francisco, but 86% of the money on Atlanta. This line opened at an 8, and there's a couple 7.5s around the board. I see a -120 opener, and it's down to -110 at some books I see. So definitely some respect for the underdog here. Spencer Strider is probably the X factor here. I don't think a lot of people know what they're going to get. He's still kind of working back from a pitch count. He didn't really do a minor league rehab. He's rehabbing right here in the majors in front of us. And a pitcher of his level, I think this is a spot where he can be really successful. We're here in San Francisco, and this is one of the most pitcher-friendly parks in baseball. And if you just look at a weather report, you might be a little confused by that because you see 11-mile-an-hour winds blowing out. But Ballpark Pal has this modeled at minus 11% runs, minus 29% home runs, and minus 9% doubles and triples. And that's because the wind, when you see that 10 blowing out, it also is 10 blowing back in. It swirls the I talked earlier about Steinbrenner Field not having anything to block the wind. There's so many things around this park, big buildings, signage, and it's right next to the water, and it creates this big swirling effect that doesn't allow balls to carry out. And I think Spencer Strider just needs a good start here. I think these giant bats are a spot he can get it. I got really close to backing the Atlanta Braves. The market made me a little uncomfortable with that ticket and side movement, and the line not really moving towards the Braves in any way, shape, or form. And like I talked about the market always knowing, maybe they just know that Spencer Strider isn't quite right yet. And while I look at him and I see the Spencer Strider from years past, maybe he is liable to get hit today. And these San Francisco Giants bats have played so much better at home than they have on the road. I think this is a Brave spot, but there's so many red flags that I just can't look past it and I can't move on it.
Yeah, it's a tough spot here, Spoons. I mean, the Braves, when are they going to win a ball game, man? They're not playing good ball these last couple of weeks. There's no surprise to that. Ever since they got Acuna back in the order, it seems like they haven't really been able to figure out, and I thought that was kind of like the missing piece in that batting order. But apparently not. But this team will get going at some point. This team is too talented offensively, and they've got some good arms out there still. But going into this game, and I kind of have a lean towards the Braves as well. The Giants going for the sweep here with Landon Roop, a guy that I've been backing this season at times. We're seeing a total here at 8. Kind of have a lean towards the under here in this spot, just thinking both these pitchers are going to go out there and pitch well. And the Braves offense has not been performing, and the Giants offense, Giants have a pretty good offense at times. In the beginning of the season, I kind of had some slander towards their batting order, but they've got some good guys in there. They've been playing some good ball, so give them credit over there in San Francisco. San Francisco was the favorite in the first 2 games here, and now they're the dog sitting here at plus 105. Atlanta Braves minus 115. Not much movement on this though. What do you have this opening up as? I have this opening up as a minus 113.
I have a minus 120 as my consensus opener. I don't have what book open that is minus 120, but it's a mix of some public and some offshore books. So I would expect that the offshores probably had a little less juice associated with the Atlanta Braves, and that minus 120 is actually a minus 113 that you have. It's just that the public books add a little bit more juice to it. Landon Roop has not given up a run at home yet this season.
Wow.
I think this is lined for a reason. I think there's some respect to be played there, and I'm probably not going to move on this game. I wanted those Braves though. It just seems like this should be a spot for them.
Nutflip said, what number can you get Atlanta team total? Currently, what I'm sitting at for the Atlanta Braves team, over 3.5 minus 145. Heavily juiced towards the over here. I like the 3.5. I just don't like all that juice here in this spot, and I feel like this is going to be a lower scoring game here. I don't know. It's tough. What do you have for your team total, Spoons?
I don't have Giants, Atlanta.
You're
Sorry,
good.
my line tracker I only have for totals and money line, so I had to actually open up.
You're good. And then the Giants team total is over 3.5 here in this spot. So 3.5 both ways. Juice to the over, more juice to the over for the Atlanta Braves, them being the favorite here. I do think Braves are the side here. I think they finally get a win here, but nothing official for me.
Yeah, I got minus 145 for the 3.5 for the Braves and minus 120 for the 3.5 for the Giants.
Yeah, Netflix said build it to a 4 for plus if you can get plus money. Yeah, that'll be something that I'm going to look at for sure here. And no worries, Stacks. Take your time, my guy. We got some time for that game.
That's interesting. Like I just said, Landon hasn't given up a run at home yet. It's only 2 starts, so that's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but this is a pitcher-friendly park. For him to say that the Atlanta Braves team total is over, it makes me want the Braves that much more because, like I said at the beginning of this, I don't know anybody that knows the Giants better than him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, this is tough
I'll go
here.
back to this probably later in the day. I might tweet out that I move on them, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is gonna be a pass for me here in this spot. Appreciate the info from Nutflush. I'm definitely gonna look at what I can get that 4 at when I get off screen here in a bit. And I'll take a look at that because 4.5, I don't know if I want necessarily. But I'll take the 4. I would take a 4 if I can get like even a minus 105 plus 100 or something like that. But let's go to I guess this is a bum fight. In the beginning of the season, you didn't really think this was gonna. Some people didn't really think this was gonna be a bum fight. Some people had the Athletics as one of the better divisions or one of the better teams in the AL West this season. I was kind of surprised on that. I know that they had some good guys in the order. They always start off pretty well. They just kind of always fly under the radar through the first 20, 30 games. And you're always able to get, it seems like every single year we're able to get good prices on the Oakland Athletics. Not really even good prices, but like fishy prices when they're plus 120 every single game. And they're cashing those plus monies for you. At this point, they're pretty much a plus 150, 160 every single game. The way they've been playing lately, it's kind of like they've already thrown in the towel. I mentioned it ever since the Angels swept them in Oakland. There was a 4-game series. It was a rough series for the Athletics. Ever since then, I think they have 2 or 3 wins, I want to say, maybe 3. It's crazy. They've gone in complete opposite direction from what I even thought when they started off. I was like, damn, they got some good guys in this lineup. I didn't think that they were as good as a lot of people made them out to be, but definitely better than what we're seeing right now. But we just know this franchise doesn't want to win. And then we got the Baltimore Orioles on the other side, Spoons, a team, with a lot of promise, a lot of heart these last couple years. Absolutely wild, and all of a sudden here they are sitting way outside the division. They've definitely been playing better baseball the last week or so, but not up to the expectations. They fired their manager. What do you have to say about this game, Spoons?
I looked at this game a lot. So Lopez kind of got announced late. I expected him to go. He's a lefty that has had a little bit of success at the majors, but really gotten touched as well. And if you look at his game logs in his last 2 out there, 5 earned to Minnesota and 7 earned in less than 2 innings versus Toronto in his last 2 major league starts. A little bit tongue-in-cheek that Toronto start. He was on short rest, had to come in. He was in a bad spot. And same with that Houston, or same with that Minnesota spot. He wasn't on full rest. So you're putting a kid not in the best situation to succeed. And I think this is a little bit better situation for him. But the Sutter Health Park, it's a AAA park. We mentioned earlier, Steinbrenner's not really a major league field. This is the same way. And this is built a lot like Coors. Sutter Health today, plus 19% runs on the ballpark model, plus 30% home runs. That's tied with Steinbrenner for second. Looks to be very offensive. And this is nothing new to Jacob Lopez. He's been pitching in these PCL parks like this his entire minor league career. And Sugano, on the other hand, this is a guy that's not really played in these kind of parks. Japan, they're a lot more pitcher friendly, and you get over to Baltimore in comparison to this, it's a pitcher friendly park as well. One thing I think that helps Sugano here is his ability to get ground balls, almost 50%. His pitch mix, I think, will play all right here. He's a guy that's got 6 pitches, and if one's bad, he can just kind of tuck it away. This Athletics lineup is better than a lot of people give it credit for, but I think Sugano can find a way to shut him down today. I would have a lean towards the Orioles, and honestly, the under. This 11 is high. This field, you're going to see tons of runs here. If you go look at any kind of trends, you're going to be like, why would you say an under here? And that's all fair, but I think these pitchers, Lopez, like I was talking about, back up against the wall, he's on a major league roster right now, and he wants to show not just the Athletics, but the other 29 teams that I'm a good MLB pitcher, and what better to do it against than the Orioles. And you get Sugano in a field he's not comfortable, and you take Lopez and put him in a situation where he's a lot more comfortable. I think there might be a lack of runs, and I don't have strong enough lean to the Orioles to move on it, but I'm off it.
Yeah, I like it. I like the breakdown, Spoons. You mentioned Jacob Lopez, kind of pitching for his life out there today. Seeing a
Did I hit
total
the market in this?
Let's see here. One more time.
I don't think I hit the market in it. I'll just read it real quick. 88% of money on the under.
Right now. Okay.
Yep. and 90% of the tickets on the under, then 52% of the money on Baltimore, but 72% of the money on Athletics. So that is alarming to have a ticket split like that. I'm not sure if maybe that came in before Jacob Lopez was announced, but a lot of people really liking the Athletics today here. Shout out everybody in the chat. Justin McCalvey. Hopefully we get you back on here for this Angels game here coming up in a little bit. Jason Meyer, Gorky. They were calling him Sporky in chat yesterday. I thought that was absolutely hilarious.
That was good. Howdy, Spoons.
Thanks for hopping on with me, Jose.
Of course, no problem. I have some quick action for you if you'd like it.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, I've had a pretty good day pretty good week, so I'll shout these out real quick. Howdy, Wine. Nice to see you as well.
Nice to see you, my guy.
I just bet these, about 10 minutes ago-ish. Just going through the market, trying to figure out what I like here today, and I will quickly give you guys those. I've got to sign back in to my account, but right now we are looking at the Chicago White Sox plus 111, the Chicago Cubs minus 103. So shout out to the Chicago parlay or action there. Angels plus 115, and everyone knows where I stand for Sunday Night Baseball. So I'm betting both of your favorite teams today. So let's go.
Let's go. Love to hear it, Jose. Thanks for hopping
Marlins
on, man.
on the board early. 1-0 in the top of the first.
Oh, wow.
Of course. It's nice to see you both. Let's keep rocking it.
Let's keep it rocking, my guy. Nothing for me in this game. We can go ahead and move on to the next one. Shout out to Jose, though. We got a couple of same plays on the card today. So that's good news. Shout out to Jason Meyer in the chat. Good to see you. Tyler Flowers, Dabby Cab, Nut Flush Out. Always good to see you. Gorky, my guy. Good to see you, Gorky. Thanks for stopping by. Everyone in there. Jay Cup, Big Daddy Boom. All right, guys. Shout out to you guys. Now we're going to Anaheim, California. Wine Time Sports' Anaheim Angels. Tyler Anderson on the mound against George Kirby. It's been a fun series. I said I was going to go to the game Friday. I said I was going to maybe go to the game yesterday. Didn't go to either game. Stayed home. And I'm going to be staying home for this game as well. But I do have a play on this game, guys. And I just want to look at the market right now because I got this at a plus. I got the Angels at a plus 115, still sitting at a plus 115. Seattle Mariners minus 125 here in the spot. Angels going for the sweep for the second series in a row. Couldn't complete it in that last series. I think TA is going to go out there and pitch himself a good game, guys. We touched on it on the show. What was it on Wednesday? I want to say it was, Wednesday. Tyler Anderson, the first base coach from the Red Sox, got into it. He was supposedly tipping the pitches in that fifth inning, which caused, I don't know if you guys saw the John Boy Media breakdown. If you haven't, go watch it. Really cool video. But he was tipping the pitches, and TA took note of that and said something to him. And I think he's going to go out there and pitch himself a good game. He got lit up in that fifth inning. Going into that fifth inning, though, he was pitching very well. And we've seen Tyler Anderson pitch well since he's been wearing an Angel uniform. It's kind of crazy to watch. When the Angels signed him, I just thought another old arm that we're signing that's going to be bad, right when he gets to Anaheim. This guy's numbers have been good. He's been a good guy to have in the dugout, a good mentor to these young pitchers. And, he doesn't throw the fastest stuff. That changeup is nice. When that's on, it's kind of hard to hit him. It's not much of a speed difference from his fastball either. But Angels, man, these guys are playing with some heart, man. And this is a team that they don't like. These two teams don't like each other by any means. Julio Rodriguez is getting booed like crazy at the games these last couple games. It's been funny to watch because you guys know how I stand on Julio Rodriguez and JP Crawford. Shout out to my guy JP Crawford, though, out of Lakewood High School over in Long Beach. But I think the Angels are going to get the brooms out and take care of business here. This was a series I said that Ron Washington told these guys going into this. This is our season right here. If we get swept, our year is done. This is the first place team. Our season's over. What do? They take care of business in both games, been back and forth. This offense is deep for the Angels. This batting order, they've got some good guys in that lineup, especially towards the bottom. Guys like Joe Adell, guys that haven't quite hit their full potential, but have a lot of potential and who are seeing the ball really well. Guys like Chris Taylor. I mean, all it took was for him to get some everyday playing time in this guy's been playing like an all-star in this last 3 games. It's crazy to watch him, how hard he's hitting the ball and the plays he's making out there on the field. He's playing some good ball. And Angels got a fairly fresh bullpen. I'm going to say other than Jansen, Zephyr John will be available. Brock Burke will be available. Reed Detmers will not be available here. And I believe there's one guy that they activated off the IL not too long ago that hasn't pitched yet. He will be available. But I think TA is going to go out there and go 6 or 7 strong innings against this Mariners team. I'm on the Angels here, plus 115. I just think they're the better ball team, and I think that TA is going to go out there and pitch better. It's at home here. They need this game. So Angels money line plus 115. Spoons, I know we're going to be on opposite sides this one, so take it away, my guy. We're going to have 2 different sides here, so shout out to you for that, but take it away, my guy.
Yeah, so we got George Kirby on the hill, Tyler Anderson. I think in years past, we would see a much different line than a minus 30 plus 110 here. And that's because Kirby has established himself as an ace in this league. And he's working his way back from injury, and he's taken his rehab starts in the majors as well. And I think we're starting to see the underlying signs that he's hitting the spots he wants with his pitches. Kirby is a control guy. I think this is the perfect spot to get 20 cents of value with Kirby here. Tyler Anderson, on the other hand, he's a 3-pitch guy, throws that 4-seamer and that changeup so much, and he's so reliant on it. His 3rd pitch is a second fastball, and it looks a lot like that 4-seamer. I think these Seattle bats, they're 4th in the league versus that cut on their pitch mix with their bats. And while you can say Seattle's really only 3 guys with J.P. Crawford and Cal Raleigh, I really think they can get to Tyler Anderson. This is a guy that doesn't have the best control. We've seen it earlier this year. He's already had a game where he's given up 6 walks. The Seattle Mariners team can be pretty patient. I see a lot of ways to get to a victory here. And I know you were just talking about the bullpen and you think everyone's available. Kenley Jensen has pitched on back-to-back days. Pitcher can pitch on 3 days, but it doesn't happen all that often. Reed Detmers also pitched on back-to-back days. Zephyr John also pitched on back-to-back days. And one time, those are your 3 best arms, the arms you want available to close out any game. And that's why you won the first 2 games, because they were available. I don't think they're going to run all 3 of those arms out here today. So that means you might see Hunter Strickland. You might see Furman, Brock Burke. There's lower leverage arms that are lower leverage for a reason, and they're going to have to do something here, because I don't think Tyler Anderson's going to give you 7 innings. I'm not sure he gives you 6. The X factor here is Kirby, and I think Kirby shows up. I think the underlying signs that he's going to be able to hit his pitches is going to be there. If we look at these Angels bats, they're a team, I keep saying this, they hit so well on the road, and maybe as LA starts to warm up, that'll start to travel home too, but they have not been hitting that well at home at all. On the season, they're 28th weighted runs created plus at home. Last 30 days, 30th. Last 14 days, 30th. That seems like a lineup that George Kirby, a guy that needs to see a shot go through the basket, can do it against. And that's why I'm on the Mariners minus 130. Their bullpen, I didn't just mention it, but their closer, Munoz, is fresh. Brash hasn't gone in 3 days. Spear hasn't gone in 2 days. Vargas hasn't gone in 2 days. And those are the 4 arms that I need for the Mariners bullpen. So I really feel like this is a good spot. Maybe George Kirby goes out there and shows that he's still not healthy, and I lose. But I think if Kirby's 80% of the guy that I expect him to be, I get this cash.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a good game to say the least. And I did not know Zephyr John actually had pitched. I thought he only had pitched in yesterday's game, so I was wrong on that one. And yeah, Jansen, it was interesting enough, Spoons, that Red Sox game, the 3rd game. So Jansen, he had pitched in the first 2 games against the Red Sox, and I remember telling us, like, yeah, there's no way he's throwing 3 games in a row. 8th inning, Kenley Jansen's getting up to pitch because they thought they were going to have the lead. It's crazy to say this, but the Angels do have the lead in the 9th. I do think he will be available because Jansen's only playing for saves. We've heard Jose talk about it. It's all he cares about, guys. He's 14 for 14 in save opportunities, but his ERA is almost 5 because in those outings when he doesn't close out ball games, he gets lit up. It's almost like he doesn't care. And he's fighting. He said in an interview last week he wants to pitch until he's 40 years old. He's 37 right now, and he still has a good amount in the tank. But to see him pitch 3 days in a row, it has me worrisome a little bit because he is a little bit older and we need his arm for the long haul of the season. So it'll be interesting if they do use him in that situation. But you will not see Reed Detmers today, and you will not see Zephyr John. Those guys will not throw 3 games in a row. So we are going to see guys like Brock Burke. I forgot about Hunter Strickland, who's also, last year when he was in the bullpen, he pitched well. It's kind of crazy. He just had a couple outings where he wasn't good, and he pitched in a lot of games last year too, which is crazy. But I can't leave my guy on ice any longer. I forgot my guy's backstage right now. So let's bring on our guest. He made an appearance earlier. He's going to give out a play in this one, and then we'll close this game out. Let's bring on my guy, Justin McKelvey. Stacks. What up, Stacks?
I sent you a video.
I saw, dude.
I just want to give y'all the heads up. There's
That's
not a chance in hell this game in Pittsburgh go. I just helped my son. Hold on, I just helped my son take the grandbaby out. Like, I'm soaked right now.
Shit,
I spent one time in the video. It's pouring.
Yeah.
Like, there's floods on my back street. There's a flood right there. That game is not going. Weather report, if it says going, it's a lie. I just sent you the video.
Yeah, no, that's wild. I just saw it. And shout out to Jason Meyer in the chat. He said, shout out to the motherfucking chat. Thank you for your show on this Sunday, gents. Appreciate each and every one in here's time and thoughts. Thank you. Thank you, Jason Meyer. Appreciate the dono, my guy. Helps out the channel a lot. So I appreciate you for stopping by. Guys, if you're in the chat, hit the like button. Let's get to 100 likes. I think we're like 20 likes away from 100. But my guy Stacks does have a prop for you guys in this game. I know what it is already, but he's going to share it with you guys. Stacks, whenever you're ready, take it away, my guy.
I'm ready now. It's not Stacks play today. I'll give you the second Stacks in a minute after this because it's basketball. But my play today on here is Mike Trout over 1.5 bases minus 110. He went 0 for 4 yesterday. Oh, no, my fault. He went 0 for 3, 2 walks. And his numbers against Kirby's excellent. Kirby's in horrible form right now. I love Mike Trout. I'm probably going to be on this trifecta, meaning over exact 1.5 bases, RBI, and home run. But official over 1.5 bases.
I like it. Kind of crazy. Mike Trout, historically in his career, the team that he's smashed the most has been the Seattle Mariners. Going into last season, though, when he faced them, I believe he went like 1 for 16, and it completely diminished his career like average against them. And then in this series, he hasn't been able to get a hit. I do think he's due today. I think he's due to hit a home run. I think he's going to hit a bomb, most likely first at bat. So I like the look. Might seem like Trout over 1.5 bases minus 105 right now at my book. I like it. It's a play I might end up moving on because
That's funny that you said that because I was going to sprinkle his hit to get a hit his first at bat, but it was like minus 160 something. I'm not your first at bat. I'm not doing that.
Damn, and it's right now his home run props plus 250. He's due for a home run, man, especially at home.
Right. If you look at his numbers against Kirby and then you add the form, why is my phone doing that? And then you add the form that Kirby's in right now, plus his numbers. If I would have seen this before, when I was capping, this would have been Stacks. But I had already put an NBA Stacks that I also love. I'm gonna get that to y'all. That way I get y'all 3 plays. That way we're gonna win or lose today.
Yeah, and real quick, Cal Raleigh only a plus 150 to hit a home run today. That is crazy.
I'm not never taking a home run prop plus 150.
He hit 2 yesterday, man, and there's always that one guy in every good team's order that absolutely crushes the Angels, whether it's Corey Seager on the Rangers, Jose Ramirez on the Cleveland Guardians, Cal Raleigh on the Seattle Mariners. Even J.P. Crawford has been killing us these last couple seasons, but this is going to be a good game. But yeah, Stacks, give us your third play in this basketball game real quick.
Yeah, Stacks play today, number 2 is Chet Holmgren over 15.5 points, minus 104. He got benched the last game. He had, I want to say 6 points, 8 points, bounced back at home. You got to do better. You get benched, star player at the crib, must-win situation. You can't go to Indiana. You got to show up. Give me 16. I love it. I'm going to ladder it. I didn't yet, but I'm going to ladder it up to probably 21 or 20.5. But Stacks play today, number 2. In case y'all didn't see my Twitter, it's Chet Holmgren over. Why my phone doing that? Over 15.5 points. It keep getting dark on my side. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it gets real dark on my side.
You're all good, brother. Yeah, I like it. I wrote it down, Stacks. I'm gonna take a look at that. I still haven't quite capped the NBA game tonight. I haven't had a good read on the association this last maybe month or two. It's probably best if I just stay away from the game, honestly, because I'm not gonna be watching. I'm gonna be watching baseball, but yeah, appreciate your
You
hard
gonna watch
work.
the Yankees instead of OKC?
I don't know. We'll see. Depends if I have a play in that game or not. I actually might not. I might be kind of busy tonight. We'll see. I'm sure I'll have it on at some point, and I will probably have to have a play in it, but it's not going to be anything I tweet out like a full unit or anything.
I might I might come on Jose's show until the OKC. I'm watching the OKC game, so I might go mess with Jose from like 6:30 to like 8 till the game start.
Oh yeah, I think the NBA game's on 5 p.m. over my time. Oh yeah, I'll be able to have this on for sure.
Yeah, 8 p.m. my time, and then the game is 7 p.m. my time. So I'll probably slide on the live show for Jose until the game start, and then I'll bounce.
Appreciate you, Stacks, my guy. Appreciate you sharing all your plays, as always, making an appearance. You've made an appearance every single week, and I appreciate it, my guy. Good luck on all your action today. Get that money, my guy. Let's go.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
Stacks, 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 stacks.
All right. Spoons, anything else you want to touch on this game before we move on to Sunday Night Baseball? Excuse me.
No, just clear, drive that point home with the Seattle's bullpen, just very well rested. Any arm can come in. So if Kirby is not maybe having his best day, it's not necessarily the end of my bet there. The Mariners have all their arms. And like I was saying, I don't believe the Angels will throw out Kenley Jansen for a 6th time in 8 days. It just seems a little bit ballsy to do with a closer that you need to have any sort of success in the season. But like you've also been saying, this is a turning point for the Angels. They need to get these wins right now. Washington's probably on the hot seat as far as a job goes. So I see your argument for the Angels, and I respect it. And if they win, I can at least sleep a little better knowing you got some cash.
Yeah, shout out to you, my guy. Yeah, it's going to be a good game either way. And I want to give a quick shout out to my guy, Gorky. $2 dono in the chat. Can we retouch on the Cubs game? You got it, my guy. We will retouch on it right now before we talk Sunday Night Baseball. So, Jose, if you can, let's go back to that Cubs game. Let me see where we are currently sitting for our guy Gorky. Shout out to Gorky, always being in the chat for us and showing support. Cubs game, Cubs Detroit. That's right. Okay. Spoons, I don't believe you had a play in this game. Did you?
I leaned on these teams being able to get some runs here. Cade Horton, I see he's got some pretty decent numbers so far in the major leagues, but this isn't a guy I have a ton of trust for, and I think this Tigers lineup probably finds a way to expose that. Like you said, Parker Mays-Hayes is back in the lineup for the Tigers, so I think they can get some runs. Cubs bullpen's looking in pretty good shape. Porter Hodge is still out, but Daniel Palencia has been just a great breath of fresh air for this Cubs team. He threw 22 yesterday. Outside of that, no major pitches. Thielbar threw 15, but everybody's available. So I like that there. I want to bet the Cubs, but I don't see enough correlating, and I'm not trying to put bad bets to the window. The market for you, Gorky, here. Chicago Cubs have 62% of the tickets currently and 88% of the money. This line opened at a minus 140 and it's down to minus 115. So some serious respect towards that underdog Chicago Cubs right now. 69% of the money on the, or 69% of the tickets on the under, but 76% of the money on the over. So the sharps really like this over, and the line hasn't moved to reflect anything in that way, shape, or form.
Yeah, nothing for me in this game, Gorky. I was on the Cubs yesterday. I'm going to take my money and run and watch this. This will be a fun game to watch for sure. Two of the better teams in baseball right now. Nothing for me in this spot. And Gorky, another shout out to you, man. Another $2 dono. I'm looking to go Cubs minus 1.5, but maybe not. It's just a tough spot, man. My money's not on this game, so I don't want to give you out of play that I'm not on. Spoons, he touched on it.
You can get plus money with just the money line. I think I don't necessarily like laying the 1.5 there, but they are the road team.
Yeah. And shout out to Ron Crawford. Ron Crawford's spreadsheet play of the day is Minnesota Twins. Okay. Shout out to Ron Crawford. See my guy Vincent Hawkins, Twins run line. Irish King Twins -2.5. That's easy work. Okay. All right. Without further ado, though, let's get to big game today. Sunday Night Baseball. We will be having a live stream for tonight on the Say Hey live streams starring our guy Jose Bouquet and company. They're gonna be watching this game. Jose might be on edge a little bit, but he's gonna be having fun. He's gonna be hanging out with his friends and have a little bit of money on the line. So regardless, it's gonna be a good time. Please make sure to tune in for that. That's gonna be at 5 o'clock my time, or 4 o'clock my time, so 7 p.m. over there on the East Coast. Without further ado,
so anxious watching that game. It's going to be hilarious.
It's going to be funny. I can't wait. Oh man, Carlos Rodon on the mound against Hunter Dobbins, man. Yeah, one of the best rivalries in all of sports, man. The most hated rivalries in sports. These guys don't like each other over the years. Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees. Growing up in the early 2000s, watching these two teams clash in like that 2002 to 2010 era was definitely fun. Both teams had some really good, fun lineups to watch. I think the games were a lot more fun back then. But with that being said, this is a good matchup. I was on the Red Sox yesterday. I said in the chat, Red Sox smash. Played themselves. They were a huge dog in game 1, and then all of a sudden they're the small favorite in game 2. And now they're a big dog here again against Carlos Rodon on Sunday Night Baseball. This seems like a New York Yankees spot. New York Yankees smash 1.5 on the run line. I don't necessarily take run lines, and this isn't a play I'm going to give out because I haven't made a play on this game. But I like the New York Yankees to take care of business here on Sunday Night Baseball on the red line. That's what I would take. Let me just pull up the total for this game really quick in the New York Yankees Boston Red Sox game. Red Sox plus 195, Yankees -220. We have an over under at 8, juice to the under at -120. Yankees team total is over 4.5 -125. Red Sox team total over 3.5 plus 115. I think that the Yankees are going to win by margin here today. -1.5 is -115 right now. Nothing I'm going to move on officially. But this is going to be a fun ball game. Either way, but I lean towards the Yankees. Spoons, what do you have to say about this one?
Yeah, we got wind blowing in 10 miles an hour here today. Possible drizzle at the beginning of the game. The precipitation goes away as the night goes on. So if there's a delay, I think they just move it back a little bit. Not the best day, obviously, for offensive weather at Yankee Stadium. With that, Ballpark Pal has it just modeled at 0% difference overall for run value. Looking at this Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees rivalry, like you said, Hunter Dobbins, I think, really represents that Boston Red Sox fan. So often we get caught up in these rivalries because we remember those moments. I remember sitting there, though, 3 ALCS, watching Boston come all the way back from 3-0 and Johnny Damon hitting a massive home run. It's special. We remember it, but all these guys on the Yankees and Red Sox, they're just businessmen that play for these teams. But that's not necessarily true for Hunter Dobbins. I think if you see a quote from him this week, he broke out the old Griffey. If there was no other team in baseball to offer me a contract besides the New York Yankees, I would just retire. And if you're a Red Sox fan, that's exactly what you want to see from your pitcher on the mound. So I want to back the Boston Red Sox in some way, shape, or form here. I think a plus 1.5 is affordable. It's a way to do it. It's a later game, so I'll have an opportunity to let the market develop a little more and maybe see what happens. I also am a little bit concerned about that weather and already being on a couple games with weather in concern. I'm not trying to add just a third one just yet, but this Boston Red Sox plus 1.5 looks pretty live to me. Rodon's one of those guys that can really go either way, just absolute Cy Young stuff that you can't hit, or why are we paying this guy this much money to throw this many meatballs and walks? So I think with that variance, it leads to the team getting plus 180. And I haven't bet it yet, but the plus 1.5 with this Red Sox is probably where I'll be. 77% of the tickets have come in on New York. 54% of the money has come in on New York. So that means there's some pretty good sharp money on Boston, especially when you factor in the amount of money you have to play place to put the money line on there. The total opened at 8.5, and it has gone down to an 8 pretty much across the board. And that's with 73% of the money on the over. So the books are not really respecting that. I think they think this under is going to be live. Sunday night baseball unders has just been a thing for a long time. So maybe they're just kind of respecting those bettors that will come in attacking that as the night goes on. Oh, nut flush.
There he is. Hey, okay, let's see. Hey, guys, my info Rondon loves these spots to be in the spotlight. He gives it just a little bit extra and shoves. Remember, he was a giant. Spoon, if you want socks, he can give a blonde ball. And I'll never forget Spoons. 2 years ago, whenever Rondon got signed by the Yankees, I was at the Angels-Yankees game. It was the series where the Angels swept the Yankees. I want to say it was Ohtani's last year. We swept him. Carlos Rondon was on the mound. He looked 50 pounds overweight, even worse than what he looks like right now. And the Yankee fans, I have so much respect for Yankee fans and Red Sox fans. Whenever they come to the Big A and they sit with me and they're all really respectful fans. And the Yankees, they were booing Carlos Rondon, calling him a fat ass when he was walking down back to the dugout out in Away Stadium, watching their team play. You know what I mean? And Carlos Rondon has definitely turned it around since then. But I'll never forget that, just seeing all those Yankee hecklers at Angels Stadium, because when the Yankees come to town, there's more Yankees fans than Angels fans, because there's just that market. People love the Yankees, and they travel well. But I'll never forget that. But with that being said, nothing for me in this game. I like all the talk that you said about Hunter Dobbins, man. You kind of talked me into not taking the Yankees now, because if this guy doesn't want to ever play for the Yankees, he wants to go out there and shove tonight. So the question is, will he? He's got to go out there and show it still. The books don't think he does, but he can still go out there and pitch a good game. So nothing for me in this spot. Shot at Chad Pickard. He said now it's 4 likes away. Guys, we're 4 likes away from 100. Let's get to 100 likes. Last week we got to 135. We're killing it in the like department. We're trying to get to that 1,000 view point. So let's hope that we get there. I see there's 381 people that have been viewing us from YouTube and Twitter. So shout out to everyone that's been in here for that one. Spoons, is this an official play? Is this going to be something you wait, maybe move on with the guys 30 minutes before first pitch?
I'm going to move on this with the guys before first pitch if I end up making this official. It's more fun to just get in on that live action, sweat it out with everybody, and allow me just to take one thing off my plate while I'm thinking about the rest of the games here today. A lot of action, obviously. The 5 bets I have out there I'm pretty excited about, and 2 rain delay possibilities. Just I don't like having to think about that. Adding a third one is just not what I want to do yet. Do you want to recap your card first? Do you want me to recap my card?
You can recap. You recap your card first. I'll go second.
So I have 5 plays today. Brandon Lowe home run in this first game is my first play. It's just a small unit bet. Then I have 4 regular plays. Phillies money line, I got it plus 100. Astros money line, I got it plus 135. Dodgers money line, I got it minus 135. And Seattle money line, I got it minus 130. Really like that Astros pitcher. I think that he's set up in a really good spot versus that Cleveland lineup that can't hit lefties. And again, that Dodgers game where I was talking about the St. Louis pitcher that I know everybody's going to see his metrics and absolutely love. They're going to look past the fact that he's coming out here on short rest and is only going to be going out there for a few innings. And St. Louis's bullpen is not in a good spot. I just want to reiterate it one more time. If you see Roderick Munoz come out and you're on the Cardinals, this is your last chance to hedge before he gives it up. Excited for another opportunity to share the screen with you. Wine time. Shout out everybody in the chat. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Lots of great content coming at you from Pub Sports Radio. Our guys, Dabby Cab and the crew will be here tomorrow. Dutch Boy Fresh, Razor Sharp Picks, I think, stops in just about every Monday. They do a really great show with the sesh. They hit sports in a little bit more chillax way than this. It's really fun. You got to be there for it. And then, of course, Jimmy the Bag all week. He has different guests. You're one of them. You've been killing it all year with him. And our guy Jose Bouquet does the Sunday night and Saturday streams. So make sure you check them out. If this is your first time here, hit them up.
Yeah, and shout out to everyone in the chat, man. We're nothing without you guys. We got to that 100 like mark. So once that what happens when we hit 100. it's good for the channel. If we hit 150 likes, we will do something for sure. Maybe I'll before the show next week, I'll do a little promo for the likes and see if we can get to 150, because that's the most we got. I think the first show we got 150 likes. But just share this with your friends and family, guys. Anyone that likes watching baseball, talking baseball, betting baseball, this is the show for you. Me and my guy Spoons, he does a lot of the heavy work with talking the games, the betting percentages, and the weather. I'm going to give out my plays here as we stand. Just, I had 7 plays yesterday, guys. Sometimes my action's light, sometimes it's heavy. Today it's a little bit lighter. Sundays, I tend to do that. Tend to not usually like the cards as much on Sundays, but this is a card I really like today, and I'm on the Nationals money line plus 115. You can still get a similar number. I'm on the White Sox money line plus 110, and I'm on the Angels money line plus 115. We're on 3 dogs today, guys. Just 3 plays for me today. Might end up tweeting out a couple plays out as the day goes on, just looking at the market and all that stuff. As I mentioned, maybe take a shot on the Yankees. We'll see. I just think I kind of already got talked off that game already. And, I got talked off the Cardinals already, so I'm not even going to end up moving on that. Looking at the rest of the card. Yeah, and the Reds just continuously being an underdog. They're now up to a plus 105, so it's moving towards the Diamondbacks direction. So I'm not going to fade the Diamondbacks here. But yeah, that's it, That's it for us, guys. Appreciate you guys for stopping by. If you want to do the playback, go back over a game that we talked about that you missed, feel free to do that, because we've got games going on all day. We'll be back here next Sunday as always. We'll have some new guests for you. Shout out to my guy TC as well, made his walk-off wagers debut today. My guy Stacks, as always, came by and delivered some heat. I know he's going to be cashing, guys. And be sure to tune for the live stream tonight. That's going to be fun with the guys. Until then, let's get this money, let's get paid, and let's leche these bookmakers. Let's go.